different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came.
We don't know each other all that well, but I dig you, babe, I'm sure you can tell. Can I help it if I want you tonight? Long and tall with that slender groove, I love your smell and the way you move. Can I help it if I want you tonight?
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill that is the coffee company. It is grey, miserable, and a bit damp. But I'm here with Aki. Tonight I'm going to see ACDC for the first time in my life, so mega excited. Getting the TGI Fridays as well. If Carlsberg did days, that's a day. I love TGI Fridays. But Aki, how are you doing today?
Let me first of all do it in the response of you. The skies are blue.
Yeah.
The sun is out. We're hitting 28 degrees today. Life is good in Toronto. People that don't know the reason that there's been no evening brews or anything like that recently, I went to sleep after the England game. Just felt like I've been overdoing things. So I think that ended around 3 p.m. Toronto time on Sunday. I woke up 8 p.m. Monday evening. And it was Canada Day. So that's been with me. I'm not going to
Most unpatriotic Canadian ever. You slept through Canada Day.
I'm not going to see ACDC. I'm not getting a TGI Fridays. I am attending the Toronto Spurs AGM.
Yeah.
So no, life is good, and hopefully I'm next week starting to look back to get back into work, but part time because I don't want to start overdoing it. But things in general are looking good, and obviously yesterday, and I heard you give it a massive prop and plug. The channel did something incredible yesterday, didn't we, Ben?
Yeah, we did absolutely incredible. So tomorrow, let me get the link. Actually, no, I don't know. We'll do it tomorrow on Evening Brews tonight.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Tomorrow night, Tottenham on tour will be doing for the first time in. We can't believe it. Tottenham on tour are doing an interview with the chairman of the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust, Mr. Martin. I can't say his surname.
Yeah, neither can I.
Because I don't want to butcher it, but we can try. We got Martin, the chairman of the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust, coming on the channel to talk with Daigle and Dave.
Yep.
And we are going to make things happen. So, and we're gonna explain to you how. But
yeah,
let's see who's in the audience before I make myself a coffee, and we haven't had, because I still haven't had a coffee. But we need to have a coffee. But let's see who's in the audience. But it's amazing news for us, isn't it, Aki?
Yeah, it is. Whilst you make yourself a coffee, what I will say is obviously, we threw a Hail Mary to the trust, or to Martin, the chairman, and I didn't expect to get anything back from it, but fair play to him.
Yeah.
He caught my Hail Mary, ran it in for a touchdown, and we spent 2 hours talking about things. And Martin, you'll see a side of the trust that you never thought existed, because we all think they're just these guys that pop off emails or put out tweets and don't listen to us and don't know what's going on and the understanding of what they do. And there's pushback from me on certain things. It is being premiered tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will say I can see my brother James Flower in the chat. He is joining me on Evening Brews tomorrow.
Yeah.
It will be 6 till 7 UK time, but we are going to make sure that we stop a few minutes before, because we are going to obviously redirect everyone that's in to watch this, because it is being premiered. So all you guys that tune in, and ladies that tune in to watch it, the chat will be open for you to discuss. I'll be jumping in the chat. I'm sure Ben will, and Dave and other members from the Tor family will. So you can all join in the chat and we can discuss it. And Martin, bless him, has also said he's more than happy to do a live one with us. We didn't want to do live for the first one because you never know what's going to happen with the comments, but there's going to be more on this. There's been a nice tie-in relationship that I never thought in my wildest dreams would be making. So yeah, everyone tune in and watch it tomorrow, and watch Evening Brews with me and James tomorrow. But yeah, it's a really, really, really good show.
Great bit of news. But let's see who's in the chat to join us through the show. We have Adrian Schroker from the Spurs Diehards. Good to see you, Adrian. We have Andrew Gregory, YouTube member. Good to see you. Afternoon, Ben at the Hard Cough Cage. Absolutely. We got Lee Smithy Smith. Good to see you, Lee. Hopefully you're well. Stu Boy, YouTube member. Good to see you, Stu Boy. Big up, big up. We have everyone's saying big up. David, kudos. Good to see you. Kudos. Have a cup of coffee at the coffee company. Absolutely. Afternoon, flower power. Good to see you, mate. Absolutely. We have big up the Sheriff. Good to see you, Sheriff. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. We have Shemtang. Hey, Ben Giovanni and Brian Ovani. I think we need to come up with a better name. We have Briavini. I like it. Hope you're both well. How's your health? You're having off days, aren't you, Aki? But
but very few and far in. But rather than it being every single day and you never know, it seems to be what I've tried to incorporate, Shem, as well. And thank you for the well wishes. I've tried to incorporate in this weather as well, going for nice walks, maybe doing other shows. But I've realised the walks, I do love going for walks in this weather. I may be doing too much rather than just starting small and building up. I'm going, right, let's do a mile, 3 miles, 5 miles, then doing shows. And it's like my body is just like, whoa. So I've got to stagger it, which is an issue because obviously I want to.
With us, Aki, we're all or nothing sort of people, aren't we?
Yeah,
so you want to do all of it or do none of it.
Exactly.
But I think you're going to have to teach yourself to not do that anymore because it's you've got to look after yourself. We got Angus is in the house.
Big up, Angus. Big up.
Penny and Brian, big up. Good to see you, Angus. Hopefully you're well. But as a precursor to them, this interview will shock a lot of people, won't it? It will shock. I think it will shock 95% of our audience because people see the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust as they sort of sit in their ivory towers, eat prawn sandwiches, cucumber sandwiches, only drink the finest Earl Grey. You'll get Martin, who is a straight-talking, pub-owning, loves his beer, football going, and he was a normal bloke. He's a normal bloke, and you can emphasize with a lot of the stuff they have to do because a lot of the things they have to deal with are not because of them. It's because the people that they're having to deal with are awful.
Yeah. Listen, when we did this, I said to Martin, and this is going to be well known. We said it in the premiere that we did to announce this. This wasn't pre-scripted. This wasn't right. I'm only answering these kind of questions. He was open, honest, frank. I pushed back on areas that I felt I needed pushback on, and he knew that was coming. But I didn't push back in a Daigle Levy rant, rah, 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 shouting. There is one of the things he says is obviously the opportunity to come in, and this is why we called the Lion's Den, because he is stepping into a channel that is known for wanting better for the club.
That's why we called it the Lion's Den.
Yeah, exactly. So it comes to the point where it was like, this isn't going to be champagne and Skittles and yes, we agree. Oh my God, marvellous. But the best thing was...
Marvellous, Brian. I'd love to have you as
the best thing was...
Marvellous, Brian.
Before this happened, I saw Martin and the Trust as someone that type out emails, put out Twitter statements, and go on places like Talk Sports, Sky Sports, where it's all important and they're obviously but never in my wildest dreams did I think that they would, especially with my notoriety within the Levy Out campaign, without the Levy Out moot, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And with the club obviously knowing who I am from that section, I didn't think we'd get him being as honest, open. And he says things like, we all have this, and it's not just us. I would say all trusts have this issue. Obviously, we've had to deal with the chairman for so long, so it's not the same. But I'm sure when it's come to ticket prices and other things, and there's no connection with the trust. There's no, okay, you guys have your own little members, blah, blah, blah. You have your meetings, your AGMs, your whatever. But what do you do to relate to people like us who think you do nothing, who think there is nothing that you do for supporters like us? And I was shocked. I was shocked. Listen, I've got a new respect for the trust.
Yeah.
Do I agree with everything still? No, I don't. But Martin also said, if there's anything that does break or anything that's about to come out, I can't remember if it's about to come out or something has broken and they've done it, I want to be able to come on to Tottenham on tour and speak about what we've done, why it's happened, what the club said, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully this is a door that has been opened to maybe get a bit more...
This is the forbidden door.
Yeah. Oh, no, the forbidden door is another door. Yeah. But we've certainly... Listen, Tottenham on tour have unlocked the door that no one's been able to open, or even try to open. Like I said, at the beginning of this, the way it happened is I went nuts after the Denmark game. After I went on a massive rant, said that I called the trust the Jack in the Box Trust. After that, Martin followed me on Twitter. Randomly out of the blue, I was like, huh? What? So got into a little conversation with him in a thread that he was in. And then the very next day, I threw the Hail Mary. Didn't even expect to get a response.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he did respond straight away, and we did the show.
Now we're here. So things happen, but we've got a couple of people to welcome into the chat. We have hi Leo, good to see you, Leo. Hopefully all well. Good to see you, mate. We got my lovely Mickey. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're having a good day. So that hopefully they've given you a proper desk today, away from anyone with any particular nasties.
Let me just ask Mickey and say to Mickey, I'm going to wink, nudge, that your plans for changing Ben and getting him to try things is the operate. You've got the blueprint, and now you've just got to do it in person. So I hope that's going well.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Did you just kick the door in? No, what happened was Martin was in his room and then he heard a massive bit of glass smash and then Daigle comes in with a pair of jorts on with some knee braces. And he came in, you had a bunch of non-alky beers and you were right on him.
I still need to do that. I always keep saying to myself, I need to buy 2 cans of anything, alcohol-free beer, whatever, and do the Stone Cold Steve Austin. And every single time I keep forgetting.
I'm not eating insects.
Mickey, you may have wanted a less than obvious title, but I dig that.
We're not eating insects here. Not for me. Not for me. But yeah, I do need to apologise that there's no Brewing Bollocks today. Bobby is not feeling too great at the moment, as well as Cooves. I've not heard from Cooves for a couple of days, so I think he's still very much under the weather. And we'll bring Brewing Bollocks back when we possibly can. But yeah, we hope they get better. It's a real problem. They're 2 wonderful people, and they're just not very well at the moment. So we wish them all the best. George, I've got the beans. Thank you, love. Thank you, sub to the channel, please, guys. Hashtag VV out. Yeah, thank you for buying the coffee, George. It's good stuff. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Go again. Oh, hell.
Ben, I'm just about to send you a picture.
Yeah.
That I took today, this morning, just for an update on the Ducky and Chewy progress.
Oh, that's cool.
Just in case you wanted to show, because I know people obviously.
That's cool.
I woke up there. Listen, the door's wide open now. They play. There's still the odd scrap here and there, but they're now totally bonded in and can be left to their own devices.
That's good.
And that picture was taken this morning.
That's really, really good. Always great to hear. Sutter is my middle name.
Well, honestly, when we come back here, listen, we'll come back. When I come back in April, we'll have a Ghostbusters and scallop.
No.
Or some kind of seafood.
No.
If I'm doing something you want me to do, you have to, in kind.
No, I'm not eating insects. Do you know what will happen to me? I will get a frying pan thrown at me by my mother. And she is very good with a frying pan. You come from a similar family.
Or you could enjoy it. Or you could be like, oh my God.
Then I get a frying pan thrown at me.
Then you don't tell your mum. You just go, Mum,
No, she will know.
No, that's a mothers of our...
mothers know everything.
Well, you say that. I, with my mum today, literally, I called her earlier and she was at Wood Green shopping, as she always does go shopping. And she said, I'll give you a call when I get home.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And it got to about, 8:30 my time, so 1:30 your time.
Yeah.
I was like, I really hope I literally said out loud, I hope Mum calls before the start of the stream.
Yeah.
And that second, my phone rings, and it's my mum. And when I was living in Israel,
everything.
Not just that, mate. When I was living in Israel, literally, I'd just be talking to her. I'd have a cigarette in my hand, and I'd go like that. And obviously, it's before video phones and everything, so it was just literally, she'd be put that cigarette down, and I was like, "How did you know?" She's like, "We know these things." I was like,
"They know these things. They know everything."
It's insane.
It's dangerous. It's a real problem.
It is. I'm sure that's with every other mother's. It's just
Jewish mothers have this sixth sense. By the way, what's your thoughts on the new bloodline? I think it's great. I think it's really good. That whole one thing we can talk about now is the whole Bo Dallas stuff. That Bo Dallas thing that happened on Monday was incredible. I'm absolutely loving this breakdown of his breaking off his old gimmick and becoming this very sinister figure. But the whole new bloodline stuff, when Roman Reigns comes back as a face, that pop is going to be apoplectic. It's going to be wild.
Mate, I have to say, and when it comes to this, and it got highlighted, and I'm sure you would have seen the stuff mentioned on social media, Ben.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman's attention to detail.
Yeah.
In these things, like he hasn't shaved, so he looks stressed. It looks like he's not sleeping. You can see his attention to detail on this. And then, as much as you can say, I'll be honest. I don't like the new Bloodline, but you're that's the great.
No,
thing.
I love it. I love it.
No, but that's the thing. You're meant to hate them. You're
Yeah.
meant to hate them. You know that Jimmy and Jay are going to reunite, and Roman and yada yada yada. But what I do love at the moment is the feud that I love. Randy Orton is right up there for me.
Yeah.
Randy is right up there. We're on my Mount Rushmore. Kuva, brother, I've just seen you in the chat, mate. I'm going to message you later on today, mate. I hope I'll reach out to you later on today, mate. I promise you. But yeah, Randy Orton is just right up there. He's been incredible. And talking about this, I've sent Dwayne The Rock Johnson a massive message on a recent.
Of course.
No, I literally poured my heart out to him on this because I hadn't seen this until today. At the weekend, obviously, everyone knows that follows wrestling or knows this. He does a lot of work like John Cena for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
And he did something called a rushed wish, which is obviously means time is of the essence for this kid.
Yeah.
And this kid's Moana was her favourite. Yeah. And he did this whole thing going, listen, stay strong, blah, blah, blah. Did this whole 6-7 minute video and then sang the whole thing, not just the rap.
Yeah.
And I was like, Rock, you have no idea. He is my hero. And it's not all started with wrestling, but what this man gives back and where he's been, if you know his history and whatever, the amount of joy this man gives to the world. And I'm a 45-year-old man now. And no matter what, that man will always bring a smile to my face. So I know we talked about the bloodline and coming back, but Rocky, again, I just love that man.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, Triple A, where wrestling is going right now, this is the best since the Attitude Era, period.
Yeah. We got George has become a new member. Thank you so much, Georgie. Really means a lot to us. Really helps out the channel. I don't know what membership you're on because I can't see it from this end, but thank you so much, George. Everyone's, if you've got your emotes, spam the emotes. It's always great. We've got the Roadman. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. And yes, Coombs, we all wish you well. Let us know if you ever want to jump on a show. Always, you've got that. You've got the... what's it called, the link to the channel anyway. So if we're talking about knitting and you jump in and you talk about knitting, always great, always welcome here. It doesn't matter, absolutely. I've been really loving the new bloodline. Everyone knows I'm a fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and the Gorillas of Destiny were fantastic as part of the Bullet Club in that, and they are monsters. And then you got obviously you got Solo Sakara, and now you got Jacob Fatu as part of it. That is a really good faction of just really beefcakes that kick ass, take names, and that's always great. Oh, that's a good question.
Brother, I have so many. I love, for instance, the game plan when it's basically the carbon copy of Adam Sandler's Big Daddy, where he's the quarterback and his daughter comes. Anything he's done in Fast and Furious. I can't remember what the bloody movie's called. Is it called Tower or the one where he's the builder in that brand new elite building and it's under attack by terrorists? There's so many of his. It depends what mood I'm in. Moana, I could not stand to begin with and fell asleep during it. Now I'm obsessed with it. I'll watch anything with him, any goddamn thing. His movies with Kevin Hart, I was like, his stupid ones like Central Intelligence.
Yeah.
I could not say. I could not pick for any given time. Wow, Skyscraper, thanks, Shem.
Big up, Shem.
Like I said in this thing, that one of the things The Rock is always able to do, and I don't know how this happens, whenever I've been really, really low mental health-wise or through a bad thing going on in my life, for example, when my dad's mum passed away, days before, and I mean days before, maybe even a couple of days before she finally passed away, I wasn't sleeping. My nan my work was huge to me. Crying my eyes out, not sleeping. I stayed up to watch Raw. Bang, out of the blue is when he came back after 7 years to host WrestleMania. So I'm there in tears. All of a sudden I heard and I'm laughing, crying with happy.
Yeah.
And there's been times when every time he's made a comeback or when I've been really, really low, somehow he's come back.
Yeah.
And last summer when I was in England and all the shit was going down with the trolling with a certain person that's not in this community, he came back in Denver. This man just appears, and I'm like, sir, this man, whatever he does, I love. I love that man. If someone said to me, you can meet any Spurs player ever, even Gazza, who I've met loads and loads of times, or you could spend 5 minutes with The Rock, I'm picking The Rock.
Yeah.
I'm picking The Rock. That man, it is my quest to say, right, that's it, life is done.
Yeah.
Spurs win a trophy again.
Yeah.
And meet The Rock. Then I can say, do you know what? If I die tomorrow, I'm a happy man.
Yeah. We got a couple of questions from Angus. It said, what are your top 3 WWE superstars of all time? Oh, for me, it's The Undertaker, The Rock, and Stone Cold.
Rock, Stone Cold, Randy.
But Undertaker is my favourite. I've always loved
I think the best one to add to that, I'll ask you, Ben, and people in the chat whilst we're saying top 3. Top 3 entrance music.
Oh, top 3 entrance music. I'm gonna go Sheamus. Amazingly, I love Sheamus's song.
Which one?
The original one.
Oh man, that's a bagger.
This is the original Sheamus one. Then I love.
I'll give you mine.
Triple H.
Which one?
The game. Motorhead.
I prefer the one before that.
No. The game is awesome. And then third one, Roadman's got it. Bret the Hitman Hart. I love it.
The Excellence Fix. That was one of my favourite wrestlers of all time. But mine, number 1, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes is excellent.
Honestly, that song is just absolutely banging.
Yeah.
2, Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And my number 3, see, it's very hard not to put Cole personality in. If I have a top 5, that's in there. But I love both these tunes. One, everyone. I love Edge and Dolph Ziggler's.
Oh, actually, no. I'm knocking out Sheamus and putting him Edge. I love that. It's so
Edge
good.
and also Dolph Ziggler's. I love that tune. But obviously, he's not the big superstar. Have a good day, Mickey Hunt. But yeah, I always chop and change between Edge and if it had to be for notoriety, it'd be Edge. But I love Dolph Ziggler's. But Cody,
I like a lot of them. The themes outside of. I love Kenny Omega's New Japan music. I'll send it to you after it. It's like final boss music. Then you have there's the Gorillas of Destiny, or what they're known now as Tamatonga and Tangaloa. Their theme music and Gorillas of Destiny.
I will say though, when Roman Reigns changed his music to what it is now,
it's so much better now.
That is probably the best instrumental.
Yeah,
I love that tune. It's brilliant as an instrumental, but Cody Rhodes is just the best.
I love Bray Wyatt's original theme as well. I loved it.
But Marcus put Stone Cold. I love Stone Cold's one when it actually had the words.
Yeah.
What Disturbed? That was a tune.
Hello, lads. We have to get Brian to the Rock and then to the Greek. That's the official invite. Brian, come and join us. Kakaratas on my dining table next time you're over.
100% April. Mark it in the calendar. I'm back in April without a shadow of a doubt. Dates are pretty much confirmed as well. Just need to make sure everything combines, waiting for a couple of things to happen. But 100% I will be back. I think we arrive either the 17th or 18th of April. We're arriving 100%. It's just when we're leaving. It has got to be decided.
So I don't know if she's still watching. She's probably back at work by now. But hopefully you have a lovely rest of your day at work, Bubby. And let me know when you are home, as you all know. Don't treat me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man. Treat me like you know me. Just treat me for just who I am.
That's obviously a theme tune for someone.
Good stuff. We have is saying hello to Mickey. At this year's WrestleMania, Roman Reigns gave me goosebumps. Yeah, that was such a glow up, as the youth say, from his last theme song, which was just a Shield theme song rip-off, which was awful. I hated his old theme music. To having this one, the head of it's so much better. Yeah,
it's incredible.
Rainer's music.
There we go. Oh yeah, of course it is. Do you know what? I've always said on my Mount Rushmore, she goes on it. She goes on it. Just because what that woman did and achieved. Listen, we all know she passed away in tragic circumstances in the backstory of her life. But you look at they talk about what the Bella's done, Charlotte Flair. None of it happens without that woman. That woman,
Rhea Ripley, is just a total China.
Rhea Ripley is magnificent. Magnificent.
Cool. Yes, April will be raining. Day will not rain. It will be sunshine all the way. Good stuff, Queen Ellie.
I hope so.
Who's gonna win? I don't even know who's in the match, Angus. Let's have a look.
So
actually, no. I've got a prediction of what's going to happen.
Should I tell you first of all? I was going to go. I've got a connection because obviously it's in Toronto. I've got a connection through seeing me on YouTube who actually works at the Scotiabank Arena, and he was going to get me a very good ticket. Yada yada yada. But then obviously The Rock went out after WrestleMania. Yeah. He's then picked up his injury. There's no chance he's there. So I was like, don't know if I wanted to go because of the chance to meet The Rock or see The Rock. And then one of my friends had let me know on my birthday, I've been to SmackDown Toronto with him. And the way he got tickets is, do you remember when WWE did 205 Live or Live 205, whatever it's called?
205 Live, yeah, the Cruiserweight division.
My mate who I speak to, he is agents to quite a few of the 205 crew.
Yeah.
And goes backstage. And he's let me know he's going to Money in the Bank with him backstage. And he's trying to get me to be able to tag along with. Yeah. So it's either I'm not going.
Yeah, or you are going.
Or I'm backstage.
Yeah.
With all of them. I'm going to try and get Finn Balor to say Levy out. We'll see what we can do. And MZ,
I don't think he's going to do that.
I don't think he will. But I just say to MZ before I let you speak, when you say she's your favourite over Lita, if I have a Mount Rushmore or something else, Lita is the crown jewel. Lita is and as a wrestler, but what China did allowed Lita to do what she did. I
would probably say that.
but Lita is my Hamada. That woman. Still.
I've got my prediction for Money in the Bank.
Go on.
Drew McIntyre is going to win it, and CM Punk is going to screw him over.
I don't. Who is it that's in it then? I can't remember who the. I've got a feeling Jay. I've got a feeling main event Jay could do it.
No.
Oh no! Wait a minute. What am I goddamn talking about? I know exactly who is going to win it. I know exactly who I want to win it. And if I'm honest, only one man really does deserve it. With everybody saying, L.A. Knight, mate. I'm honestly, I love that. I love L.A. That's who's going to win it. If he doesn't win it, how they haven't put a belt on him, or given him the
Money in the Bank is Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. I think Chad Gable will be taken out, and it will be Uncle Howdy that's in it.
I want LA Knight.
Actually, no, that's a bad idea. If Uncle Howdy takes out Chad Gable and enters that match, Uncle Howdy needs to win that briefcase.
Yeah, I just think if anyone can do it, LA deserves it. Listen, he's had a push, but he's not had a push for the gold. If there's anyone that deserves it, that man is honestly, he is incredible. And Angus, Trish is up there, but not she's not in the same league as Lita to me.
But for me, it's
On all aspects.
Drew McIntyre's going to win, and CM Punk's going to screw him over, or Drew McIntyre's going to be about to win it, and CM Punk's going to screw him over. Either way, CM Punk is going to screw Drew McIntyre at some point.
Yeah, that will happen, but I think LA is in all honesty, he is due to it. Sorry, I saw that, and I just saw Angus says he knows Drew.
Love Drew.
Get him on the show. Have a word.
Get Drew on the coffee company. I'd love to have Drew McIntyre on the coffee. That'd be fantastic.
Massive Rangers fan. Massive Rangers.
Imagine we had Drew McIntyre on the show and we could just get him to take the piss out of Ryan for loving CM Punk so much.
Oh, we've got, mate. Could you imagine?
And just get him to roast Ryan for the entire show because he loves CM Punk.
Yeah, we just wouldn't tell him what's happening and then he comes on.
Good to see you, Tony. Hopefully you have a great rest of
Tony.
your day. Yeah, it's absolutely top 10 anime crossovers.
That would be
hilarious if Ryan came on the show and suddenly Drew McIntyre comes in and starts trash talking him.
Or get Conor Gallagher to come on and say he's not joining Tottenham.
Yeah. Would be even better.
Would be magnificent, but
yeah,
he
would as well. That's why I know he would do it.
Yep.
I love Drew McIntyre. I think he's brilliant.
He has. I loved him as a baby face. Yeah. I'd rather him be a face, but he's doing the heel fantastically.
Yeah. I hate the tube. I don't blame you, mate. I'm going to have to get on it in an hour and 20 minutes to go to Wembley, of all places. So that's
mate, as you know, like when we went, one thing I will say, and all Spurs fans will know from going there, getting out of Wembley and trying to get the train home is the worst experience.
My dad's going to drive. My dad's going to park, and I'm going to meet him.
There you go. That experience is just the worst thing ever. Especially, listen, when it's ACDC or something like that,
100,000 people.
Yeah, but it doesn't. What I'm trying to say is, when it's that, it's everyone has gone there for the music. It's not like a sporting event where you're Tottenham or the opponent or England, someone else or whatever fight. Yeah. It is the worst. Or boxing. Football and boxing, getting out. You know, after a concert, it's all jovial. It's all, everyone's happy. You had a great concert. You've done that. Even the wrestling, the AEW when we did it, it's people enjoying themselves and blah blah blah. When it's football, Jesus Christ, and then the station closes. You start trying to get to the other one, then you find that one's open. It is hideous.
Tottenham haven't played Arsenal. Like in a final, they've played them only as Arsenal being the away team at Wembley. If Tottenham and Arsenal ever get to a final, that's going to be carnage.
Well, mate. Well, put it this way, mate. I went to the Spurs-Chelsea semi-final when we lost 4-2.
Yeah. When
Conte was in charge of Chelsea. And that walk trying to get back to the station.
It's carnage.
Holy crap. It was just ridiculous. Yeah. It's insane. It's just not it's not on. It's there needs to be a better format, but I don't see it ever happening.
Yeah. Who knows? Wembley, where's that? I forgot where that is. Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. Big up, guys. Yeah.
Big up, Robbie.
Yeah, I get it. Kudos. Good to see you, Robbie. But yeah, Wembley sucks.
See, I went to bed. I don't know how often you went to the old Wembley.
No,
I went obviously. I went for England, Holland. I went for England, Scotland when Gazza scored that goal. I went to I can't remember what Spurs games I went to there. The old Wembley. I went to England once or twice. I can't remember it being that bad.
Yeah.
To get out, and it is a similar capacity. I think Wembley was 80, this is 90, so an extra 10. But I can't. I mean, people that are older than me or maybe remember it clearer. I can't remember it being as bad as it was.
Yeah.
It was. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah. It's And where it is as well, it makes it so. I mean, even for you, because what's it called? Cockfosters is not that far from Wembley in terms of it.
No, but the only thing is I've got to get to King's Cross, so I've got to go out to come back in, or got to go in to come back out, which is...
For me, it's okay, because I can go all the way out to Stratford. If I've got that would be hell. Getting on the Jubilee line to Wembley is awful, because it stops so... Whereas if you go out to Liverpool Street and get the Metropolitan line, when it's busy, it'll miss it. It's awful. 99 League Cup final, I was there. I was 4. Well, it shouldn't be that bad. I have a dream. Don't everyone show up medical scooter. Yeah, maybe.
I'll tell you what, with Mark, with the 99 League Cup final, I had tickets for that. But the Friday before that, we were 99, so I was 19 going on 20 in June. One of my very, very closest friends died at the age of, I think he was 17 at the time, and he basically had all his organs on the wrong side of his body, so he could never have it operated because everything was, and he was never expected to live as long as he did. But I was in no state to go. Let's just say we had a weekend bender at the pub.
Yeah.
And I watched it with Fat Bar. I was meant to be there for that, but missed that opportunity.
Yeah.
Missed that opportunity, unfortunately. God bless you, Owen.
81 Cup final replay, my first. I was born 99. You were young.
I was 2.
Yeah.
It's the 81 game. My dad still says that after that Ricky Villa goal, my dad, it's his claim to fame. He's never drunken a bottle of whiskey so quick after that goal.
Yeah.
I obviously stayed at home because I was 2. He was like, I was absolutely obliterated. And it's a fun story to have. It's like, that's the quickest time I ever drunk a bottle of whiskey. So fair play to my dad.
Fair play. He's done it the Scottish way. Because that's the rules. In Scotland, if you open a bottle of whiskey, you got to bloody drink it.
Yeah, he smashed it. He said he did it. He did it again in the '84 UEFA Cup final as well.
Yeah,
but it was a little bit slower.
Yeah.
It's where I get it from.
Yep. The Scottish way. I know all about Scotland. I know all about it. Tom is laughing. Good to see it. But yeah, what is the best concert you've seen at Wembley? Have you ever been to a concert at Wembley?
No, this is the thing. As I was saying, I didn't get to go to many concerts, mainly because I was too busy with the money I had shoving it up my nose or down my throat.
Yeah.
But one concert I did get to go to was Robbie Williams at Nebworth.
Yeah, that's
that was incredible.
Yeah.
That was absolutely, forget just the performance Robbie put on, but the crowd and everything. So yeah, it was all good.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really famous concert, Robbie Williams at Nebworth, isn't it? Oh, hang on. The new Wi-Fi working down the tunnel. What a great job these people do. Great job, Tomo. Good job, buddy.
It's actually, the Nebworth concert, I believe, is actually now available on Netflix.
Yeah, you can get it on DVD as well. You can get it
on DVD, obviously, but it's actually on Netflix as we speak.
I would love to see Ed Sheeran live or Eminem. I have seen Ed Sheeran, or I saw Ed Sheeran played one song at a gig I went to.
Still counts.
And still, I've seen Ed Sheeran sing live.
I'll tell you, the first concert I ever went to at Wembley Arena is actually my first ever concert. Was it my first ever concert? I think it may have been.
Yeah.
It is the first edition of, was it called Pop Idol? The one that Will Green, what's his name? Will Green? Will whatever? Will Young.
Yeah, Will Young. Okay.
And Gareth Gates. They did a concert of the top 10, and I went with my parents and my sister.
Yeah.
Well, that goes to show the concert I've been to and what. Yeah. And obviously, I had the opportunity to see Michael until he passed, but that was at the O2. So I've never been to a concert at Wembley ever.
Yeah. I've seen Bon Jovi at Twickenham. I've seen Bon Jovi at. He was supposed to do it at Wembley, but then it wasn't built yet, so they moved it to the Twickenham. I've done the O2. Bon Jovi was fantastic at the O2. I love Bon Jovi. Who's texting me?
Yeah.
I've done Madness at Wembley Arena. That's Madness when they were younger were brilliant. I do love a bit of Madness, which is really funny because Madness, the majority of them all support Tottenham. But because Suggs supports Chelsea, they're seen as a Chelsea group.
Yeah.
But the majority of them support Tottenham. It's the same thing with Iron Maiden. The majority of the Iron Maiden members support Tottenham. But because the lead singer supports West Ham, they're seen as up the irons.
Well, of course. Of course.
And he's sending me things. Yeah, I saw that. And we'll talk about that tomorrow on Morning Brews, I think. Hopefully, if I've got my computer back. I saw Madness at Finn's. Madness are really good live. Madness are really, really good.
Yeah, I have to say, we might speak about that. I was about to say, sorry, just quickly, we might speak about Calafiore on Evening Brews, which is back, tonight at its normal time of 6 p.m. UK time.
300 megabits a second is pretty impressive, and it's pretty awesome.
We've got the Wi-Fi now, or we've had it for a while here in Toronto Underground, and it's obviously, or the mobile reception where it's, Ben, you know, the little U where the line crosses and it goes like that.
Yeah. From
there in, and most of the stations now, but it's getting better. So it's only taken a little while, but it's better than nothing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Steve Harris of Iron Maiden was in West Ham's academy. Yes, he was. Daigle would have struck. Yeah, we want these good players. Wagwan, Kaufman and Daigle. Wagwan, we're just talking about how we're going to get Drew McIntyre.
Wagwan. Every time I say it, mate, I need to bring the slapometer back.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the slap because I was being nice to you. But talk like this is what it may come back with a vengeance.
So, yeah, Ryan, we've got a plan to get you on a show, and then suddenly Drew McIntyre is going to turn up and take the piss out of you.
Yeah, for your love of punk.
That's our plan. And we're going to get Drew McIntyre to say why he's supporting DM Hunk. DM Hunk, as he likes to call himself. I saw Madness a fair few times. Madness are really good. I love Madness. I'm watching Evening Brews. I don't know anything about Calafiore playing golf in the morning. Okay. It's clobbering time. Yeah. So Oasis at Finsbury Park. Bit of a theme going here. Yeah. Love a bit of Oasis.
Oasis are magnificent. I love Oasis. Oasis are brilliant. I'll tell you what as well. Ben Daniel from We Are Tottenham TV is obsessed with Oasis. And even at his at the wedding, they surprised him with an Oasis tribute band.
Yeah.
That were amazing. That wedding was a great wedding. It was like the showbiz wedding for me. It was like, here we go, we're at the We Are Tottenham TV wedding.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's obsessed with Oasis. Obsessed.
Yeah. Yeah. Not bad, they are. Not bad. Yeah, I'm looking. I really should have got. I do want to see ZZ Top. I wonder if there's any tickets still with. I love ZZ Top. ZZ Top are epic. Has anyone seen the group? Listened to the group Foals? No, I have not.
Nope. And to tell you the truth, George, I didn't even know they existed until you just put it in the chat.
Yeah, I saw Oasis at the old Wembley. Good stuff. It was great to see Liam the other year. Incredible music from both of them, but they can't. But if they can both be absolute arses, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Noel's the better one. Noel is the genius for me.
I actually think if they ever announce that they are coming back together, it would break the internet. It would probably be the biggest reunion in modern history. Honestly, they are so big. Like, forget what you think of their music. Forget what you think of them personally. Oasis are. What's worse is you've just said two words that have just instantly lapped 2,500 per word. So that's where we are. So you work out.
I'm not a lover.
You're a fighter.
For me, Noel is the genius in that group. Noel Gallagher is absolutely unbelievable at what he does.
They're both.
Yeah.
They're both extraordinary artists. They're just incredible. It's obviously their beef with each other is
legendary.
Yeah.
I like a bit of ZZ. I love ZZ Top. I absolutely adore ZZ Top. I think they're brilliant. Bombagwan.
That's now you're merging them. So 2,500 slaps per one. That's you've combined. So that's an extra 5,000. So you've basically just guaranteed yourself 10,000 slaps in about 2 minutes. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Kudos. You're going to slap.
Oh, the kudos. I thought. My apologies. I thought it was. I just saw the word. I didn't even see the comment. I thought it was. I thought it was Ryan. Kudos. Yeah. I apologise. No slaps coming your way whatsoever.
Yeah.
But maybe I will just whack them onto Ryan, just because he's put that in the ether out there in the world.
Yeah.
You reap what you sow, Isaacs.
I'm a beer drinker and a hellraiser. Great stuff, mate. Great stuff. I thought they were more of a joke for their antics more than anything. They are one of the biggest.
Oh, Scott, brother. First of all, big up.
North Americans don't understand Oasis, do they?
I don't know. Do you know what it is as well? I've learned since living here, like I said, when it comes to like I said, sporting events.
Yeah.
It took me. I still cannot get that. Supporters of hockey, baseball, basketball, they all sit them up. There's certain things that I still don't fathom as an Englishman in North America.
Yeah.
And there's certain things like people don't get unless you're banging to football. Ilana's like, why does everyone hate each other? Why is it blah, blah, blah? Why is there such rivalry? Yada, yada, yada. Because it's tribalist and blah. But when it comes to Oasis, Scott, they are honestly, they are humongous. They are absolutely huge. See you later, Rumi. Oasis are a monster of a band, mate. A monster of it.
Yeah. Oasis were the biggest band of the 90s.
They had that rivalry of Blur, didn't they? Going through it. But Oasis kicked the crap out of them. Oasis were
it's two different bands. Oasis were it's like the Jam and the Clash. The Oasis were the drinking man's band, and the Blur were the drug users band. It was like that thing. The Jam, of course, were the drinking man's band, and the Clash again were the drugs persons. The Jam and the Clash. It's very interesting how two different sets of people like two different groups.
Right, Ryan Isaacs has just sent me a 2-second voice note.
Yeah.
Do I play it? No. I know what he's probably saying.
Bombagwan.
And it'll just be more slaps. I'm going to push play. So, Ryan, if you're listening. Okay, he's just laughing. Prick.
Yeah. I like Michael versus Prince. Like, you cannot compare those two. Two very different eras, two very different bits of music. For me, Prince is the most talented musician to ever walk the earth in terms of what he can do with an instrument. That man could play up to 13 instruments as well as being an unbelievable singer. But the Prince was just an absolute monster.
I'm still laughing at Ryan's laughing.
Yeah. Karambin, if you like guitar music, I would suggest. Cool stuff. What was the Clash song again? Spanish Bombers. That's why I like the Jam, Yen. For me, Prince was the best. No, for me, MJ was the best.
Agreed, James. Agreed.
What music you like, though, Dave? It's all subjective. There's no
one who's the best. Of course it is. But to me, when people say you can only name one artist who's your favourite artist in the world, it could be bands or whatever, Michael Jackson. Yeah. So the day I die, doesn't matter who comes along, nothing is even close to him in my eyes. And I've learned to appreciate a wide range of different varieties of music, and nothing comes close. Nothing comes.
No, MJ. For me, the greatest band to ever walk the earth are the Beatles. There is no one that touches them, because in that era of the 60s, you had music. The Beatles didn't just go to America and do a tour. They invaded. They destroyed it. They were the path. And of course, they said Buddy Holly, James, at exactly the right time.
Great. It's another great.
Buddy Holly was the guy that the Beatles all learned off of.
It's another great one.
It's all so subjective. It's all what you like.
Correct. Completely, totally, and utterly correct.
Surely Queen are close to the Beatles? No, I don't think so. Freddie Mercury, without Freddie Mercury, that group doesn't be as big as it was. The Beatles, all of them could have been a star in their own right. That's how they were the first supergroup without being a supergroup. They were just that talented.
Yeah, I love Queen. I'm obsessed with Queen. I absolutely adore them. But when we're talking bands, there's no touching.
Yeah.
There you go. Mate, I don't know if you mean reminds me of your late granddad, as in looks or whatever.
Must have loved that
music. It makes you reminisce about him. That's exactly where I am with Frank Sinatra and my grandparents' brother.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra to me is incredible. But a lot of it is because my grandma, bless her, was absolutely the reason I've got on my grandma tattoo. I've got apples and musical notes because she loved her apples. She's always eating them. But the musical notes were I wanted to get a tribute to Frank Sinatra incorporated with this tattoo. And they're like, because of the size of it, we can't do it, but we can put musical notes. Honestly, I know, James, exactly what you're feeling with Buddy remembering you, your grandpa, because whenever I hear Frank Sinatra, it just sends rushing back.
Yeah,
to grandma.
It's great stuff.
Yeah, that's what music does better than anything. Yeah.
It makes you remember a time. Since he passed, I can't listen to him, but Time Heals. I love Buddy Holly music. Absolutely. Lennon's favourite songwriter, I think, was Chuck Berry. Yeah, Chuck Berry was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Chuck Berry's or Afternoon to Stuart. But yes, let's plug that thing before we wrap up the show, Aki.
Yes, so first of all, the first thing we will plug again. Big up Tony, the brother from Sweden, is in the house.
Awesome.
So it's good that he's in. It's good that Scott M's here as well because we'll plug it. Obviously, Evening Bruce is on. Yeah. Now, obviously, I chucked a Hail Mary, or the channel chucked a Hail Mary, getting the chairman of the trust to come and do an interview with me and Dave. Didn't think he'd answer it, stepping into the lion's den. He did. He agreed to do an interview.
Yeah.
So tomorrow will be released, premiered, so we'll all be in the chat. I don't know if Martin will be joining in the chat, but we'll be there so you can watch the show. We have a 2-hour open, frank and honest conversation with the Trust. And we talk about some subjects that fans on our side of the table want to hear. Listen, there is pushback. I'm not going to give spoilers away, but there is pushback. But this is, I sent out an olive branch kind of to open communication so people on our side have a dialogue with the Trust and can understand and do things. And fair play to him. He was honest. He was upfront when I pushed back about the EV Out protest, their protest, how the Trust operate within footballing matters. He was open and honest. He's agreed to do more with us should news break and give his side of the story rather than just not hiding, but the Trust just doing things online so you don't see it. It was a more humanized touch with the Trust. And he's also agreed at some point when we can make this happen to actually do a live one with us where you will dictate the show, guys, but obviously it needs to be respectful and everything. You may not agree with some of the things he said. You may not agree that I pushed back enough. But this has been done. This has been done in a way to get some answers. So it's going to be a very, very good show. Whether people want to watch it, I can see Scott just said you don't think you can listen for 2 hours, but it's not, mate. Some where I think he's taken the easy way out. I have challenged him. You can make comments, mate. The chat's going to be open. I'm going to be where the chat's going to be open. Obviously, when people start saying, why isn't my chat being brought up or listened to? it's because it's been pre-recorded. And we didn't want to do the first one pre-recorded or live, and then the comments take over and we lose track of what we're saying and doing. A lot of people may come away from this and go, do you know what? I see more about the trust than what I thought, obviously, from what they do online. Some other people might say, oh, he's just come on and it's just let's just spoon feed these people what we want to hear. And everyone's entitled to their opinion. I took a lot away from it. Still some more questions I want to ask him and challenge him on. But what you have to remember, everyone that's going to come in and watch it or do it, when me and Stel went on Flav's show last year, I can't remember, the Fighting Cock or whatever it's called. Yeah. Everyone that was leaving out said, you know what, guys, well done for actually having this discussion, because all these channels have said, get Levy Out people on. Flav did it. All us Levy Out people were like, well done for having it on. But the people that were Levy not out absolutely crucified me still. And Flav saying, why'd you get these pricks on? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Well, the shoe's on the other foot this time. So whether you love Martin, hate Martin, don't like Martin, hate the trust, like the trust, don't have an opinion on the trust, people have got to give him respect for actually coming onto our channel.
The lion's den.
You know, our channel, where it's like he knew what kind of people were going to see this, and he wanted to come on for that reason. So it really is. I hope people get to watch it, whether they watch it live when we release it as a premiere, or they watch it in their own free time or whatever. And just so you know, we will be releasing snippets of it next week as well. So there will be sections. But listen, it was a very, very good show. Yeah. The actual production, the actual conversation is a really, really good watch. And I know I'm going to be biased and you're going to be biased saying that. But put it this way, Ben, you watched it live, but not on camera. And what was your thoughts on it?
I loved it. It was great. It's a great conversation. It was podcastable.
Yeah.
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 And it was really, really great. And it was really, really great. But thank you so much, Tony, for becoming a YouTube member again. Thank you so much, buddy. It really helps us out a lot. We got one thing from Scott. But on that note, guys, we are going to end the show there because we need to get some stuff on before I have to leave. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a great rest of your day. And take it away, Aki.
Just remember, Evening Brews back at 1 p.m. today, 6 p.m. your time back home in the UK. Thank you for joining the show. And as always, Levy out.
And if you so know what the cough is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream of